When I tell you to think of a city known for extravagant lifestyles, no income tax, beautiful architecture, and a place where wealthy, powerful individuals and politicians, especially wannabe influencers, which city do you think of? Now let me guess, you're thinking of Dubai. It may be because of the title of the video, or because that's honestly the first city you think of. Now what if I told you that underneath all this extravagant lifestyles lies a dark secret? Well, this is the dark truth of Dubai and reasons why you should never go there. Even though Dubai and other countries make sex trafficking completely illegal, some countries get away with it. Dubai is a hub for sex trafficking. Even though this is extremely illegal, it is still rampant all across Dubai. This is a country that doesn't even allow alcohol consumption, but there's still 45,000 active prostitutes in Dubai. As I was doing research for this, I found a shocking testimony from a woman who claimed she was a sex slave in Dubai for 18 months. As I was doing research, I found that this was also a main practice in Dubai, where a company would offer women in need a job. In this case, she was offered a job as a waitress. And then once she traveled to Dubai to start this job, she was sent to a nightclub and forced into work as a prostitute. She was told that she needed to make $10,000 by the end of the month. They completely forced her into sex trafficking. She also couldn't leave anywhere unaccompanied. And then one night, as she was working, she spotted a police car, and this is when she just let them arrest her, and she spent a year in prison and then deported. This was the only way that she could escape her abusers. You also probably have heard of the Dubai porta potty, which I highly advise you not to Google. Now, what is this? So in Dubai, they have a lot of rich and powerful men. And these rich and powerful men would fly in models all across the world and other celebrities to perform sexual acts, and some involve letting these men defecate on these women. And that's known as the Dubai porta potty. Some of these men would even pay these women to perform sexual acts with animals. These women were paid between $25,000 and $50,000 to perform these acts. Well, I think we can directly blame social media that creates these fake profiles of a luxurious lifestyle. People who are influencers or people who want to become influencers will want to emulate this by any means necessary, including putting themselves at risk or embarrassment. People need to put their morals in front of monetizing themselves or monetizing an action. One of the key elements in Dubai is the beautiful and stunning infrastructure. I always viewed Dubai as a very beautiful place, and it really is. It looks incredible. The buildings, the beaches, and all other parts of Dubai are spectacular. But have you ever seen the so-called water houses in Dubai? You've definitely seen them on social media, or you've seen them on Google Maps. They look incredible. But have you ever wondered, how well are they actually built? What about the tide? I never thought of these questions. And so let's look into the Palm Jebel Ali. The investors who started building these water houses started looking for investors during the 2008 financial crisis. Some people put their entire life savings into a mortgage for one of these water homes because they believed that the price would skyrocket in the future. These water homes were also planned to move people in during 2012. So that was over a decade ago. However, these houses are still stranded and still have yet to be built. Some people lost their life savings into thinking that these would be ready in time. These water homes are built on land that was man-made, and these man-made islands are now falling into the sea. They weren't even designed properly to withstand houses. They weren't even designed properly to withstand the test of time. I'm not sure how they believed this was going to work in the future. It doesn't look good for the owners of these islands as well, as some main investors are facing years in prison for fraudulent checks. Also, the obsession for skyscrapers in Dubai has gotten completely out of control. These skyscrapers are taking away from the natural beauty of the city. Dubai just keeps building these skyscrapers with backlash from the citizens and people investing. Dubai also doesn't have any walkable streets. The roads are designed for cars to travel from one massive construction project to another. If you look at a map of Dubai's highway system, you can agree to this. People who lived in Dubai also state that it feels like a fake city because it doesn't thrive with life like other cities around the world. So how is Dubai building all of these massive projects for little costs? How does that make any sense? If you look at it from a high-level perspective as an investor, you'll probably think that this is amazing news. You can invest in massive construction companies that have little costs. Now, this isn't due to the no income tax within Dubai. This is actually due to the modern day slave labor within the city. Now, currently there's about 130,000 modern day slaves within Dubai. How does the country have 130,000 slaves and nobody is aware of it when this is one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world? Now, you have to look into the laws of the UAE. The laws allow migrants to travel to the country and work. This is just like any other country. However, when these migrants go to Dubai to work, they don't have the same protections and rights as a citizen without facing legal consequences. And so how does this exactly happen? How does somebody become a modern day slave? Now, when these migrants come over to work on a project or something else, their employers in Dubai will confiscate their passports. Employers will also withhold their wages, and this leaves migrant workers vulnerable to forced labor. Even with this going around, there's a lack of response from the UAE government, and employers have tremendous authority over their employees under the system, including the ability to take their passports and to enforce unacceptable working conditions, and they restrict their workers to any rights, including changing employment or even leaving the country without the agreement of their sponsor. And so when migrant workers come to the UAE, they have to find a job, and their employer will act as their sponsor. But when the employer takes their passports, enforces unacceptable working conditions, the workers will want to leave the country. These people who travel to Dubai or the UAE for a better life are trapped in these horrible conditions that their employer created for them, and they have little help to escape or go back to their own country. And so if you're thinking about making a trip to Dubai for the extravagant lifestyles, the beautiful architecture, maybe think for a second time if this is truly something you want to do. And that is the dark truth of Dubai.